I'm not going to start singing, thank you. Oh, can you start singing? Absolutely. Hi guys, it's Kelly. I haven't did a video in over a week, so I feel kind of lost. But what I'm doing is the first part of a series leading up to my surprise steampunk creation. And this is what I'm working on right now is some ATCs. And when I first started looking into the steampunk, or first started into the crafting, world, which is where I find myself now, very happy, mind you, I didn't think I would care that much for steampunk. I thought it was too gritty, too industrialized. It just wasn't, my thing. When I thought steampunk, I always thought of those industrial lofts that always had the metal pipes hanging out everywhere, all over their roof or their ceiling, and that just wasn't me. But when I started doing some research and talking with a dear poodle sister, Angela Rossetti, she got me interested enough to do some research. And when I started doing research, I found all kinds of things. Steampunk isn't just a guy floating around in a hot air balloon, okay? Like Jules Verne in 80 Days Around the World, or whatever it was. Or Around the World in 80 Days, I guess that's what it was called. And it always seemed too futuristic for me, too Terminator type. But when I started doing research for a different project I was going to start, now it's going to be part of what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to say what it is at the moment. But I found some fascinating and some incredible images. Now, this video isn't going to go up until I'm ready to put all of them up together. This will probably be a series of 4 different videos. And I'm going to upload them when I'm ready to finally showcase the final project. So, there's some of these that aren't quite done yet, and some that are. But the one thing I wanted to show you was, let me see if I can find a really good one. Look at that image right there. You see her? The theme is going to be steampunk women. I found so many awesome graphics to download and print out. And I sized them all so I can make ATCs with them. And at first I was just going to make a little journal. I've got the 2 holes. But I decided something else. My dad came up with a great idea, and I think I'm going to run with it. So I'm not going to overly embellish these because they're only part of the whole. They're not the whole thing. But I am going to give them a little bit of, a little bit extra. And on the back, some of them I just have the coloring. So I might just glue a couple gears here and there and call it a day for some of these. Some of these are already done. I've got a couple of favorites, like this one. I put some cement tape behind it. Did some stamps. That looks like a chain, I hope. Let me see. I outlined her with some glitter, which is very faint, and then there's some clock washi tape across the bottom. Yeah, the glitter is very faint. But, so I'm going to work on these today. And maybe learn something along the way, and you guys can have some fun. Now, some of them are on the dark side, so I'm trying to lighten them up a little bit with a white gel pen. I don't have a paint marker. I mean, I do, but it's it becomes translucent as opposed to opaque, so it really doesn't give me the lightness I want. I'll probably try using it on one and see how that works, but this is a piece of one of my painty papers. Oh, you know what? I could have showed the video of, like a show and tell video of the junk journal I just made for my grandson's aunt. And I missed a great opportunity to do that, but that's okay. I'll probably make another one. In fact, I have the stuff to do it. I just wanted hers because she's been asking me for one since before Christmas. And I got the urge, and I just figured I'd sit down and finally just do it. Now these gel pens, they're called Flowers Gouache pens. They were supposed to be just gel pens. I'm not very happy with them. They don't give you a straight, clean line. They break up a lot, and you have to go over and over and over again. The reason I bought them from that Wish company. And, yeah. Let me put this, let's see, that one, that one, that one. Okay, I'm going to put the ones that I think are done off to the side. Ooh, look at that one. That's one of my favorites. One of them. Okay, focus. Oh, maybe this is too close to the light. Let's try it this way. Upside down. Come on. There we go. See that? Isn't that awesome? So yeah. The back on hers is going to work. That one needs some help. And that one needs some help. So these are the ones we're going to kind of work on. I'm going to put this white gel pen away. I've been sent some beautiful, absolutely beautiful inchies that I'm going to use as soon as I can remember where I put them. No, those are painty papers. Well, I have some of these here I might be able to use from an inchy swap and a twinchy swap. And I just absolutely love them. Let's see, so some of them I just very well may use on the back of an ATC. I'm sorry, I keep meaning to speak, but my mind decides to freeze on me. Shut up, Dad. No comments from the peanut gallery, please. I really love this one, that crackle in it. Can you see it? Let's see if I can hold that up like that, and it'll... Isn't that beautiful? Put that one there. That's a beautiful one, but I'm going to hold on to that one. There's one. There's one. This series is called Graffiti. It was sent to me. I can't read her first name. Last name looks like Swan. I wrote it down, and I also did a video on it. So please forgive me. Offhand. Ooh, look at the sparkle on this one. Can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? I love the fact she's called them graffiti. I think that is perfect for this. Actually, these two can go with another one. And that's not quite steampunk, so I'm going to leave those aside. That might be. It might be. That might be. That's not. That isn't. Sorry. I hate using the word that's not like that because it really sounds like that's snot or it snot. Ooh, I just love these. Okay, where'd the Ziploc baggie go? Okay. We'll put these back in here. There's a whole nother set that I hope is close by that I can utilize. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause for a second so I can find them. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I found a few more, but I don't remember where I put the other bag of inchies I got. I know I put it away someplace clever, and that way I wouldn't lose it. So, of course, you know, the first thing you're going to do is lose it. But I did find some other stuff. So, we're going to start out with what we started on. We're going to start out with gluing down the twinchies. Now, on the back, if you wanted, there it is. I've got some here. Some cement tape. That's what it's called. It's kind of got its own sticky, but obviously it's not quite enough. So I'm going to cut a strip of it off and just kind of lay it behind the twinchie. Set it down, and since the twinchie's going to have glue on it, it'll hold it in place fairly well. Okay, and while that sets, I'm going to put a clip on it because you see how it's starting to lift right there? I put a clip until I know the glue's set. I'd just rather be safe than sorry. And Dad says I'm sorry anyway, so it doesn't matter, huh? Oh, it might have looked better with the second one. Okay, so let's try this one with the second piece of the cement tape. See? There we go. This one. So let's put this one up this way, and we'll put this one down here like this. There, and that's going to stick for a minute, so I can add, whoop, that one didn't stick very long. So I can add my glue. Okay, usually I spread out my glue, but I'm not going to do that this time. You know why? Because there was 2 inchies there, or twinchies, that I didn't realize. Okay, so where are we at? Well, let's put this one here. Put this one here. Wipe off the excess glue. Oh, it's got glue down there. Okay. So we'll put this one here and that one right there. We'll just set that aside for a minute and we'll keep going. Oh, do some more. How else do we want to do this? Okay, we'll go ahead and do that with the numbers ones. With the cement tape. Because trust me, I've got over 100. I think there's 100 and 40-something inchies, or ATCs, I'm sorry, ATCs that are going to go into this project. So you can tell it's going to be a mighty big one, production-wise, getting it all done. And then hopefully, it's taking me a little bit longer because I really need payday to get here. And there's some things I need to get that will help me push my project forward. So that's kind of what I'm doing is I'm waiting. Let's see, that one will do. And that one will do for right there. And this one will do for right here. You can never have enough binder clips. Never. Because even if you run out of things to do with them, you can always roll up your chip bag and pop it with a chip bag if you don't have those bag enclosures. Or your frozen veggie bags in the fridge. Things like that. You can always use a binder clip. Now that hint, that was free. The next one will cost you $5. Okay, I must have set the rest of my binder clips in a separate spot because I can't find them. I have a whole bunch of them. Let's see, but by now this one should be set enough I can take these off. And it is. Okay, so we'll leave this one aside for a minute. We'll touch it up and we'll do the next one. Okay. Let's do one. Well, this one's got some texture on the back already. You see that? I don't know where that came from, but it looks really cool. I mean, it's raised. So let's leave some. You know what? Let's try something with this. See if this will work. And it may not be because it's kind of softens it. And Steampunk isn't quite soft. It's edgy and gritty. But let's see. Yeah, we can do that. And then we'll try putting some of this behind it. It's like a netting of some sort. It's dark blue. I don't know why that thing keeps blinking. If it's because my light is so close to it or what. So let's cut a little piece of this off. Okay, now stop. There you go. Come back down. Come back down. What are you doing? And move you over. And move this away. Why are you not focusing? Oh, you can see my freckles. Huh. Okay, well, we'll see if it catches up. Let's see. Oh, that looks kind of cool, just like that. So I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to put a little piece of tape on it. There. Just to kind of hold it. Let's see. Just use a piece of this, because it'll be hidden up by the twinchy. So we'll kind of put that down there. It stays at least long enough to get the twinchy glued on, okay? Usually I smear this out like I said before, but I'm not going to do that this time. Okay, so where's my clips? So we'll clip it, wipe off the excess glue. I haven't gotten a baby wipe out yet, but I probably will because my hands will get really, really sticky. There we go. Pull that out just a little. I have to put that. Oh, it just barely fits. Okay. Put that right there. And I need one more, so let's use a giant paper clip. There we go. Okay, so we'll set that one off for a minute. This one should be dry. Well, set anyway, and we'll set that one aside for a minute. This one, yeah. Okay, that one's dry. There we go. See, that one's dry. Wow, we're having total autofocus issues here today. Usually I don't have that many problems with it. Okay, so let's put this up here. Actually, I found some of my carousel images, but some of them are too whimsical to use for steampunk, in my opinion. So some of them I will not use. That one looks good. That one. Okay. Now that's just a graphic that was made on copy paper, so that doesn't really need clamps. It'll glue on by itself. Stay. Okay, so we'll set that one aside for a minute. And what else can we do? Well, let's look for a couple more of these images. That's not a good one. Not that one. No. No. Ooh, I found the peacock. We can use the peacock. That one's got a shield on it. Ooh, I like that one. That one. Oh, that one's got some gears on it. That one's cool. That's cool. Seahorse. Horse. That's also cool. Let me see. Well, some of the images just don't. That'll work. Let's see if that'll work. That won't. That won't. That won't. That won't. That won't. And that won't. Okay. So we'll put these aside. I think this one's too white, so we'll use this one. Isn't that a cool looking one? It's a seahorse. There we go. Find which color it would look good on. Ah, it'll look good on this one. Okay, set that one there. This one looks good. Yeah, it looks better on this one or this one. This one. Okay. This part may be a little bit boring, and if I can figure out how to do it when I'm done with this one, I'll go ahead and just do a zoom through, you know, like do it in 2 times speed so it won't be so long. I know there's a way to do it. I'm still new at this, and I'm just kind of sticking with what I know at the moment. Record and go. I want the peacock. I think I'll put the peacock right here. I'm going to trim it down a little. That's about as little as I can get it. Okay. Now it seems like I'm doing too many of one thing, you know, on them, but because there's so many, these are all going to be mixed up and interspersed between each other. So they won't be like 3 carousel horses in a row, and then 3 Twinkies, and then 3, you know, pieces of cement tape or whatever it is we decide to use next. I think this will go good right here. So, you know, it's a crapshoot, and I'm just using what I have. I'm not going out and buying anything. I didn't buy those graphics of the carousel horses. What I did was I found a bunch on Google, made sure the copyright was free. I forget what they call the exact phrase, but royalty free or something like that. And I just copied the image, pasted it to a Word document, and then when I was done, I printed it out. Now you can also do that with, you can also go into your Word document and make your own words. You know, like, hold on a minute. You know how Tim Holtz has these sticker pads, right? The ideology. This one says chit chat, and this one says big chat. These are little words, and these are bigger words. But you can do the same thing. You can go in and you can put a piece of even address labels, or, you know, a piece of paper that's got double stick on the back, or you can just, you know, put it in and copy out a bunch and cut some off and use them when you need them. That's what I did. I did a whole bunch of words on my a Word document, and then I printed them all out, and I put it in a font I wanted. See if you can see that. Yeah. See, I got a whole bunch, and the ones I don't use right off the bat, I put them, see, look at all of these. I just put them in this little bowl, and then when I need a word, I go digging, and if I can't find it, then I'll look for something else. But yeah, all of those, I just put, it all fit on one sheet of paper, and I probably got almost 300 or 400 words. So that's one of those tips and tricks. And oh, doggone it, that was another one. So y'all owe me $5. My PayPal is arlenia@paypal.com. I'm just kidding. Oh, it would be nice if I wasn't, but I really am kidding. But I'm going to set those off to the side. All right, now this one should be dry. So we'll take the clips off of it. Well, the netting didn't come out as pretty as I wanted it to, but, you know, such is the life. That one's new, so we're going to put, actually, a little bit of glue right here. It's lifted just a little, but because when the dynamics of this gets put together, it's really going to need to be where I need it to be. So I put a little bit of glue right there, and I'm kind of tucking it in with another piece of cardboard, in fact, the one I was using to outline with. And then I'm going to, there, just going to let that side set for a minute. And start working on another. Now there's so many different things. Oh, there's one of my little words. There's so many different things that you can use for steampunk. It doesn't have to be all grays, browns, greens, blacks, coppers. You know, you can venture out and do different colors. There's one of my favorite, you know, because steampunk started in the Victorian age. So what are the colors from the Victorian age? You've got pinks, mauves, you've got sage greens, You've got some pale blues. And you've also got the darker colors, the grays, the blacks, the browns, the darker blues. It just seems to work that way. So why couldn't you put a pink something or a purple something? You know, obviously not something that bright, but because it is kind of dingy, think foggy filled London type scenario. I think I'm going to do mine that way. Let's see. I really love these inchies. That one's going to go straight up and down diamond shape, and then this one is going to go this way. And while it sets, we are going to there we go. Hold that one down. And this one we will put right here. Ooh, that glue spooged out. Oh. Okay. Alrighty. One more clip. That'll do it. This one should be done. Uh-oh. It pulled the protective thing off of my clip. Huh. I need to get some more of these. These are really, really strong. See these little clips? And I think that I got them in a set of 6 or 8. I forget where. And actually, I found them in the bottom of a tote bag at or a tote, one of those big totes at a thrift store. And it was pretty awesome. Alright, so this color goes with this, but I don't know if I want to put a stamp there. And I still have a whole lot more to go, so okay, so let's just kind of put that aside, and if I feel they need more, then of course I will add more. This is one of my Twinchies. So let's see. Oh, I don't like the red line on it. Oh, wrong scissors. If you haven't seen my videos before, you'll know I keep separate scissors for things. Like this one is my cardboard scissors and my rough stuff. This one's for, you know, paper and whatever. I have fabric scissors, and I have a pair of Tim Holtz, those snips. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be for fussy cutting, but that's what I use them for because they're the smallest and they have the tiniest. That does not match. They have the tiniest tips. That does though, but it won't fit that way. Or will it? Let me see. We'll do a thin line of that. Thin line there. I know it's kind of cutting out the glitter, but I really want it to fit, and I want some of the glitter on there. So what I might do is I might take the, not quite, but I'll take these, and I'll do something like this. And then put that right on top of it like that. Oh, can you guys even see? Okay, what do you think? That way I'm still getting my... Okay, let's try it. This is going to be one mess. Yes, I know. Okay. So we'll go one here. One here. One here. And one there. And we're going to do this one diagonally. Okay, so now I am going to get a baby wipe. And reason being is this will not only help push the image down into the glue, it also wipes up the excess glue so it doesn't stick to everything while it's drying. Okay, so we're going to press that down. I'm going to press these down into the image, or into the glue. You see that? It's, oops, it's also, and be careful, it's also wiping up the excess glue. And yes, I will put clips on this one, and then when it dries, I will trim the edges. See, like right there. This one I want there like that. That one has got glue sticking out of the edge, so I'll kind of wipe that down a little bit. But it dries clear, so even if you miss it, it's no big deal. Okay, so I will press this right here, just to keep these corners down. Maybe I can get a little bit over here to hold those down. There we go. Maybe. And then this one right here. And this one, let's do it this way. Right here. Nope. I need one right here. Which means I need a longer one. And since that one is pretty much dry, I will go ahead and put this right here. Ah, I see. Okay, I'm going to let that one set for a minute. So how are you guys today? It is the 29th of May. Nope, sorry, 30th of March. May, where the heck is my brain? Shut up, Dad. It is the 30th of March, and we've had a few rainy days, which I personally love. I spent 8 years in the Mojave Desert, and it maybe rained twice. No, I haven't been there in 20 years. Is it 20? We left in 96. But we went to New Mexico first, so it doesn't count. Alright, those are semi-dry. Use the baby wipe to get off the excess glue. Now, mind you, this is just one layer. I'm not done with these, okay? But I kind of production line them and get a whole set done, and then I've got a set that's already finished both sides, and I still have these many more to go. So I got a while, and no, I'm not going to sit here and do every one of those on screen with you guys, but I figured I'd share a little bit with what I'm doing. Okay, that one needs some help on this side. Isn't that pretty? Focus. Look at her dress. Wouldn't you love to have that dress? If it will focus. There we go. And she's even got the goggles on top of her head. So that's pretty cool. I'm not quite finished with her, but like I said, layers. Alright. And these two. So I'm not going to be doing any more horses. Let's get some gears out and work on some gears. Found the rest of my inchies. Just like me to actually organize enough to... Ooh, what a mess. Okay. Nope, those won't fit on a thing. That one might. I'll have to darken it up. That one doesn't. Those don't. Too big, too big. Those do. Okay. See the ravens, the bird. Yeah, but I'm not going to put them on there now. Okay, these are some of the wonderful die cuts that some of my poodle sisters and my other groups that I'm in. Divine Craft Divas with Emily and Ray. And then there's Creative Jewels by Emily and 70 Acre Studios. And, you know, these are all wonderful, absolutely great groups to be in. And they have fabulous live shows. We always have fun. So if you get a chance, check them out. One is Divine Craft Divas. They have a Facebook page as well as a YouTube channel. The other one is 70 Acre Studios with Melissa Bishop. She's fabulous. There's Pink Poodle Crafts with Stacy Evans. She's my mentor. She's the one that really gave me the encouragement and a lot of the knowledge that I have has come from her. She's been a blessing. Even going through all the stuff she goes through, she's still out there plugging away and making everybody's life better by sharing her art and her inspiration. And so if you do get a chance, check her out as well. There's Creative Jewels by Emily. I don't have any of these written down, so please forgive me. There's Abstract Possibilities. There's quite a few craft channels. If I remember at the end of this video, I will put a link to those, or I will do an end credit that will give you the names, and you can pause it and write them down and go check them out. Subscribe to them. They're awesome. Oh, Cracked Heart Studios. It's Cracked Heart Studios with Teresa. She's good. She's sassy. We call her T. Yeah, so I've been able to open up and branch out and meet people, and it's been a really good experience. Pull out some of the die cuts that I've already colored and jelly printed, and, you know, some were sent to me already, but that one, isn't that pretty? You can see the colors on it. It's black, and it looks like it's got pink glitter paint on it. Yeah, I did some. I won't use the white ones because they're not painted yet, but I've got a whole bunch in this little, this is what I keep my steampunk gears in. It's one of those little expandifile folders. Let's see. Oh, here's my other steampunk graphics. That's why I couldn't find them. Okay, so we'll look through some of these and see if these will work. So we'll set that aside. Yes, I did have my carousel horses in a different spot. Look at that one. Isn't that crazy? So we're going to trim this down and we're going to put this on the back of an ATC. Oh, that one looks good right there. But there's a lot of, well, not really, because I can put a gear over that. I was going to say there's a lot of dead space, but okay. Okay, that one's kind of covering up my hole a little bit, so I'm just going to snip off that. Whoop! That landed right in the water. I don't think I could do that again if I tried. Alrighty, so we're going to kind of rub that one down. Leave that there for a minute. See if we can find any smaller ones. Ooh, that one's pretty. I love that. Well, these are a little too big. I don't think I've sized these ATC size. But this one I might be able to. Yeah. Just cut a sliver off the bottom and a sliver off the top. That one will look good right there. I should probably be using a glue stick. And sometimes there's nothing better than liquid glue squeezing through your fingers. Just something about the hands-on touch. Alrighty. Throw that one away. Ooh, and those look like steampunk bunny rabbits. Tell me that's not awesome. With the goggles, no less. I think I'll cut them in half and use each image separately. Let's see how it would look on this one. Let's trim it first. Oh, I'm going to use those. That's going to be too hard. Okay. Trim that. And we'll trim that. There we go. Let's see how these... I'm not liking it. I can probably put... Oops, that one in the middle there. And that would look good. What do you think? Make sure you're able to see what I'm doing, because it looks like I might be off camera. Okay, so we'll set these two aside. Get me a piece of scrap paper so I can rub the glue off. Use one of these. Was this the one I chose? Yeah. Okay. Sets it right in the center, and for some reason that just looks perfect, just like that. Use baby wipe and get off any excess that's sticking out. I did find out there's a difference between the green Tombow glue. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. The green Tombow blue, or glue. This is green, even though it looks blue in the thing. But there's a green one and a blue one. This one is repositional, and if you have any glue that's left over, like sticking out of the edge of one of your pieces that you glued, it will stay sticky forever. So I didn't know that when I got these. So what I do now is I take a little bit of baby powder or whatever that's really soft, and I just kind of sprinkle it over there, tap it off, and then I'll use my paintbrush and wipe off the excess, and that kind of picks up the sticky. I mean, the glue works great, but this is repositional until it sets. So yeah, so next time I order, I'm going to order the blue ones. So, but that one, I believe, is done. We've got that side. We could probably do a little bit with that side. But, like I said, layers. So I'm just trying to get the backs of these done. Oh, see, now that one didn't even have an image on it. That one doesn't have an image on it. None of these do. These are just painted. Okay, this one has an image. Now, she is one of my favorites. Look at that. All the gears in her hair. All around her. So soft and feminine, even though she's surrounded by steampunk. I love this. I'm not going to do a whole lot to her to the front, except maybe a little bit of glitter or something to accentuate some of the dyes. Like I'll probably use Phantom Silver. I got this from Scrapbooking Made Simple during their shop that did not hop. It was a free gift, exclusive only through Scrapbooking Made Simple at the time. But I'd ordered something, but it takes forever to get your order from them, even though they say it's going to be 30 days. Sometimes, like I ordered through the shop that did not hop, and they will tell you there is no date, there is no timeline for delivery. It took me over a year to get my items, and then when I got them, they didn't have everything, and they only sent me a partial order, and then said they couldn't refund me the balance, that they would give me a store credit, but when I tried to use it, they wouldn't apply it, and I wasn't very happy with the outcome. And I think that's all I'm going to do on her. Just a little bit of sparkle. If you can see the sparkle. Just a little bit. I mean, she is cheap. She's the cheapest scrapbook, mom and pop scrapbook store I've come across. She has great deals. She works out great deals with Tim Holtz, with Sizzix, with Ranger, with Stamperia. I mean, Suka Nico, she does fabulous. And but it's one of those stores that if you want to shop online at, it's kind of a crapshoot to me. I mean, they've been beautiful. I've even won a prize on one of their giveaways for watching their videos, you know. But it wasn't worth the hassle of, you know, waiting 8 to 10 months to get something that good of on that good of a deal. So, yeah. That one's kind of shiny. So we may... Oh, see, See, the blue's still there. Let's see if we can pick it up. A little bit. You can't see me. I'm gluing on screen. But I mean, I like Stacy, the lady that runs the Scrapbooking Made Simple store. I really do. She's a sweet person. She's got an infectious laugh, and she always says, "Winner, winner, chicken dinner." That's her, if you didn't know. If you ever catch her videos. She does remarkable technique videos. She's very smart and inspirational. She focuses mainly on cards. She's not as much a mixed media artist as some are. But she does show some beautiful work. Oh, I lost my pokey tool. Huh. I even lost my ice pick. Daddy, did you grab my ice pick for any reason? Oh, well good, because I don't think the fingerprints would have come out of mine. Okay. Let's see if that'll work. I've got some pieces that haven't poked out yet. Okay, so I'll work on this for a few more minutes and then, you know, we'll do something else. Like I said, I'm not going to start posting these yet until, oops, that one came off. I guess it's a good idea to poke the thingies out before you paint them. Because for some reason they don't want to come out after you paint them. Wonder why. Is it maybe the same reason that your windows get stuck if you paint them closed? Yeah. Yep. Okay, that one's not going to work. So I got to find something smaller. And my pokey tool is supposed to be right there. And it isn't. So let's try these. Oh, and I got these at Scrapbooking Made Simple. And they squeezed it open. But can you see the... Let me show you something behind it. Wait for it to focus. Okay, there it goes. You see, when it's totally closed, it doesn't hold securely. So you can open it as much as you want, but whatever you pick up better be wider than that, because they're not very strong to hold on. See, I can squeeze them a little, and they'll squeeze together, but yeah. And I don't know if that's just because they're bent wrong or what, but I want tweezers that I can make sure I can control how hard I hold it. Because this would drive me crazy. Trying to pick up beads or something and watch them go poing, poing, poing all over the room. Yes, poing. Yes, you have to get the sound effects right or you will not convey your message. But it's got a... Uh-oh, I lost my gear. There it is. Well, I guess it's got a skinny enough thing that I can poke it through and... Okay. Alright, so let's put... Nope, that one, can't hardly see it. I want to use some brighter colors. Let's try this one. That'll work. And, whoops, not a white. Oh, I was working on this one, that's why. So I'm at that point. Ooh, shiny. Okay. Oh, that looks good. So we'll do this. If you have old file folders laying around, even if they've got writing on them, and you're not using them, but you really don't want to throw them away, they make great die cut materials. Just slap some paint on them, any which old way, any old color, let them dry, and use them in your die cut machine. They're like really strong cardstock, and they work. Fabulously, dear. Fabulously. Okay, now I know I did some little ones. Well, let's... we can put a... Well, I don't want to do that yet. I know I had a little one. Give me a little one. Do all of my little things. And I don't have a little one. Nope, that doesn't match. What about this one? Nope. Alright, well, I'll have to think something else to go there, or I'll have to get out the jelly plate and start making some smaller ones. Let me see if, by chance, I have any smaller ones. Now, what did I do with my... Oh, wow. I am just a hot mess. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to find it, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I found one. Oops, you can't see it that way. So let's try it this way. Alright, and I still got to do this side. But we're going to check out images. Maybe we can just do an image on that side. Nope, too big. We go through these really quickly. And we got the rabbits we can use. That's too big. That one I can trim down. I like that one. Ooh, I like that one too. It's also a woman. Ooh, I really like that one. Okay. That one's too big. That one can be cut down. Down. Cut down. I like that one. I like that one. That one. Owls. Cats. That one's too big. That one can get cut down. Cut down. And all of these can get cut down. Yeah, finding these graphics on the computer were very surprising, especially when I came across some of them that I would have never even thought twice about. And, oh no, those are my steampunk, so they'll stay over here for now, I guess. I don't know. Bless you. I'm going to say this now. Bless you times 20. Let's see if this helps. Let me trim it first. Okay, so from what I'm going to do here on out, since all I'm doing is pretty much the same thing and I don't want to bore you guys, I'm going to stop the video now, and then when I'm done, I'll come back and just kind of lay it out and show you what I've done and tell you what we'll do next for the next video. So I'll see you guys in a minute. I'm back. I was working on my ATCs and decided or realized that I was low on my gears. So I figured I'd pull out the jelly plate and start playing with some, let me see if I can get this right, so I can color some more gears. And let me see. Ooh, that's pretty. See that? Set that aside. And we'll pull up these gears. Nice pretty gold. I mixed Venetian gold with some worn penny. And it's just about the color I would love for my bedroom walls. So, I think that's really pretty. You see the color on that? Last time I was doing this, I was talking too much, and my paint would dry before I could get all the little ones on there, so I didn't have a lot of little dies that had been painted yet. So this time I figured I'd get at least one batch on there before I turn the computer back on, or the video, whatever, back on, and that way at least if I get to talking again, I'll have one batch done and I can get a little bit further than I was. That was good, nice coverage too. Alrighty, let's see. Ow, ow, ow. What other color do we want to go on top of that? How about a little bit of... No, I don't want the blue. How about some green? Some metallic peridot. Make sure it's dry. Oh, yeah. And I forgot, I still have paint on this. So I'm going to go ahead. This may not work out right, but we'll see. See how it turns out. And we'll lay this down and pull a final print. See, I tried alcohol spraying my gears earlier, and that's just a little too much pastel for Steampunk, I think. Well, not too bad. Alright, so let's do some peridot. Oh, and I need to rub this off. Okay. And we'll do some blue lagoon. Oops, that might be too much. Whoops. Stay. Oh yeah, that blue I think just totally overpowered that green. Way too much paint. So we'll get to do this one again. So we'll start dropping them on as fast as we can. I think this is the quickest way and the easiest and the most versatile way to get a whole bunch of little things painted, and gives you, you know, bonuses as far as your papers that come off afterwards, your prints you pull, and things like that. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. And a little bit of everything else in between. Okay. I got some little guys on here I want to get in there. I can't wait too long. Although I left the paint fairly thick so that it wouldn't dry as fast. And then I still have paint on my brayer, so let's try this. Oh, it's been a long day. We've been getting a lot of rain. How about you guys? Now, since there's so many little pieces on here, I want to make sure I press around them to make sure that I can get a clear defining image after I pull them up. So when I do the second print, it'll come up very clean lined and not fuzzy. And I think that's about all we're going to get off of that one. Oh, see, look, it took that one blob of green right in the middle. I got glue on my fingers. And it kept my dye. But that's okay. I'll just let her set right there. And see how pretty that was? Look at that. I've got images underneath where my printer ran out of black. Well, it looks like black, but that's red and burgundy. So I'll lay this one down in here, see if I get any off of it. So I'm waiting for my my ink to come so I can do it. But these are my yuck images, so I figured might as well continue to use them. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, and then we'll take them off. Well, that one didn't get totally. I think it was already starting to dry, but that's all right. Some really pretty colors here. Oh, that's a silver or gold one. See how pretty those are? Yeah, so I figured I might as well throw in some jelly printing at the same time. Uh-oh, my phone just went off. Somebody's probably yelling at me. Okay, this is going to leave a really pretty background image when I pull the second print. I wish the blue would have had more green, but I didn't realize that the blue lagoon would overpower the paradots so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some champagne. No, I'll just use the back of this one. Pull it. Or I can use the front. Either way. Now the champagne doesn't want to, it's very translucent. It's not, oh, I forgot about this. Ooh. Alright, well, let's see what we can do with it. See, I get to talking and I totally forget what I'm doing. That's alright. Go ahead and wipe this off. Alright, well, let's start with some other ones that we need colored. That. That, and then we can get some more dyes in here. Die cuts. See how many we can fit in here before we need to pull the print. This looks pretty cool, actually. Oh, that's a gold one. Don't want that one. Don't want that gold one either. Trying to get the ones that don't have any color on them. And I can probably fit one, maybe one more. Not too big. Let's do this one. There. And we will take this, lay this right down. And we'll see what turns up. Now, even though you see blue and, let me see, this way, yeah. You see the blue and you see like the coppery looking gears. I'm not done with those. I still have a couple more layers to put on them. Like this one. I love this one. I did this one a while ago. Let me see. Focus. There we go. All the colors with the green and the copper and the blue and the black. I'm working on learning how to do steampunk better. So let's pull this up. Well, that's kind of wild. So, yeah, we'll set these aside, let them dry. And we will start pulling die cuts up. Now that picked up a little bit of that green, which is good. Oh, those came out fabulous. Look at that mottled color. Let's see, there we go. Can you see that? Can't twist my hand that way. There we go. Alrighty, and we'll set these off here. And this other big one. Oh yeah, those came out really pretty. Can you see the background image that's going to make an awesome second print? Hold on, and I'll pick this up and show you. I think this print's going to be fabulous. Let's see, can you see it in the light? Look at that. Sorry about the glare. That's pretty cool though. And I know it's dry. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and instead of trying to be fancy, I'm going to just use some regular white. Oops, paint blobby. Pull that off, put it in my cup. Alright, and this is just Anita's all-purpose acrylic. Nothing fancy. Still look like I might have put too much on there. I did. Okay. There, pull some of it up. Oh. Okay. Grab the sticker and see what kind of a print we can get with it. Now I saw Teresa at Cracked Heart Studios do some different things on her jelly plate. She was using pieces of fabric as well. And I think she said she got the idea over from Stacy at Pink Poodle. So, but one day I'm going to try that. I think that's pretty cool. I've got a lot of fabric. Can you see that? And there was like a dragon behind it, so it's going to be kind of cool. There we go. I think you are a little bit too close to the light, and that's why. There. I think that came out pretty good. Let that dry. Grab a baby wipe and we'll wipe this off. And start over. I tried when I was playing with my jelly plate, when I first started doing videos, I tried to see how many layers I could get to lay down on the plate that I could pull up. Most I could do was 3. Otherwise, the acrylic paint would start peeling up. And you get long strips of, you know, just like dried paint that was kind of ooky. So, alright, so what color are we going to do now? Let's mix it up a little. Let's try some purple. Oh, another paint blobby. Okay, I'll try some purple, which I think is a pretty strong color. And let's go with, let's try some black. Well, this is pretty overpowering, so I'm not going to use a whole lot of black. Let's see what we get with this. Oh, I picked one up. That wasn't supposed to do that. Alright. Now, I'm going to fill this up with the big ones I have left. Let's see. That. Maybe throw a dye in there. Let's do a big one here. Oh, I don't have any of the other ones out. So let's throw, let's see if that will fit. Not quite. Maybe we can get a little bit more small ones in here. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Let's try one more. Right there. Okay. So let's see what we get. I used to be so scared of the jelly plate. You know, I thought, oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's so complicated. It is about, it's easier than picking up a paintbrush, I think. Yeah, Dad says it is now. And that's because I practiced on it. So if you see something and you decide, I really want to try that, don't let fear stop you from making a mess. You have every right to art yourself silly. You can't, I can't see it in here, but there is purple in the midst of all that black. So we will set that aside and we will pull these up. Oh goodness, excuse me. Okay, back. Cell phones are the most intrusive thing I think man has come up with. Used to be, you know, if you weren't home, you didn't answer your phone. Duh. Now it's like every time you use the bathroom, the phone rings. You go shopping and your hands are full, the phone rings. And then they get mad if you don't pick it up. Well, now you've got all these telemarketers like me, for instance. I get a call about 6 times a day from about 5 different companies asking me if I need back braces or leg braces, and I've even used the no-call number. I put my phone number on the no-call list. Doesn't matter. And I've even tried to call them right back. I mean, no sooner did they hang up than I turned around and hit redial, and the number you have called is no longer in service. Like, that makes a lot of sense. Number I have called. You just called me from that. How can it be no longer in service? Oh, there goes the train. Yes, my life is chaotic, but I don't know that I would have it any other way. I think I would be totally bored out of my gourd. Okay, so with the black and the purple, let's try, actually, black and purple. I'll bet we could get some pink on here and pull that next print. Let's see if that's enough. That'd be pretty with that pink background. some down here on this. Alrighty, and let's try it. Got sick last weekend. I was pretty sick. Haven't quite gotten all my energy back, but then I was up all day Tuesday and Wednesday doing something for my church, and I got a good night's sleep Wednesday night, though, I'll tell you that. Last night wasn't too bad. Oh, now that's cool. Look at with the pink and the black. Oh, you see that? Sorry about the glare. Isn't that pretty? Alrighty, and we will get, where'd the baby wipe go? Oh, I'll get another one. That's because I believe it fell. When I first started doing videos, I showed you guys this package. Okay? I've had this forever, and I still have that many left. Just one of the big packages of baby wipes from Parents' Choice at Walmart. It was like $4.87 or 97 cents or something like that. Best thing for craft cleanup. And they're handy, and when you get the real pretty paints on them and stuff, you can keep them and make flowers out of them and all kinds of stuff. So, okay. Let's see, look at the colors on that already. That's pretty. I'll set that aside. I still have a few more to do. Let's decide what colors we're going to use, or which pieces we're going to use next. I want to use some of these long ones, because I'm going to need some long ones when it comes time to start on my project. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Still working on the pieces to get them all together. And let's see. Let's do some horn penny and do a little bit of pink and a little bit of, let's try purple. And it's amethyst, so now let's try those three colors. I think the more colors you use, the muddier it gets, and it doesn't come out as good, but we'll see. Oh, I like that combination. Okay. So I'm going to leave that on the side because I'm just going to touch that one. Get some color on it. Right here, touch it. Right there, and then I'll put a little bit of pink on the middle. There we go, not too bad. Okay, and we will layer it. There's such something calming about it. See, now that's really pretty. Okay. So set that aside to dry. And we'll pick these up and see how these picked up the colors. Oh, wow. Let's see if you can see that. Turn it away a little bit. Okay. I'm not having a really good time with this, but was at least showing you guys. I really hope it comes out better on the video than it does on my monitor. But these did come out really, really nice. See? And I'm going to see if there's anything left. Not really. Okay. And with that, let's use... No, we'll go ahead and use white again. Pull a pretty nice print with the white. Okay. And yes, again, too much paint, but that's okay. Kind of helps me with the covering up of the scrap paper that I'm using to roll off on. Alright, now let's see how this one pulls over the fairy. It didn't print right. Well, you can still kind of see the fairy in there. But it still came out pretty neat. It was very faint, very, you know, ghosty. Alrighty, where'd that white go? So let's wipe these off. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is the colors that, you know, pretty much only got maybe one color on it. And I want some variants. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to squirt a little bit of opposites. Okay. A little bit of opposites. We're going to roll it out a little. Not a whole lot, but just a little. Because I'm not trying to make a really big image here. Okay, so I'm going to take this and just touch it in places. Okay, just kind of adds a little bit more color to the piece. Not a whole lot. See? You see the pink added? I'll get the lighting done yet. Alright, so and I don't want to lay the whole thing down, because if I do that, then I erase all of the first layer. So that's why we're not doing that. And you kind of want to work fast because, you know, obviously your paint is going to dry. And when it does, if you managed to get some pretty good patterning on this. See, now this one's got the blues. Ha! That was funny. This one's got the blues. You get some pinks on there. Oh, that is nice. I like how that turned out. You see that? With the pinks and the purples. Today is just not going to be my day, is it? Yeah, it's starting to dry, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay down what I can. Get what color up I can on what I have. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Nope. Okay. So now we've got, let's see what kind of an image we can pull. Grab one of these others that we started with. Let's try that. I'm going to squirt a little bit of paint. I always overdo it. What is that? That old hair gel commercial? A little dab will do ya. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Let's try pulling it up here on the back of my alcohol inks. Attempt to color without pulling out the jelly plate. Still made some pretty cool images. I mixed some alcohol inks with my watercolor sprays that I made. Oh wow, that one didn't even want to come up. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, that one came up a little bit. I just kind of covered my castle. Let me set that right there for a minute. So now we've got the pink and the... Alright, let's do a little bit of... Ooh. No, we don't want to do black. We need some green and pink. Let's try that. Okay. Alright, so let's try touching some of that. I'll do this kind of fast. Let's do some of the gold. Blues. Blues, blues. Yes, I'm getting it all over my fingers, but that's okay. I'm trying to do this in a hurry. Drink. 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 So get a little bit of color on all of them. It's kind of fun if you think about it. It's almost like finger painting. Make sure we get some of these gold ones on here. Came out first. It's starting to dry, so it's not going to pick up as much, which is a good thing, but still. Let's try the castle one again. Whoops, I'm dropping them everywhere. I got a little bit of gold on that one, or pink. I said sometimes it's not very obvious, and sometimes it is. See? Oh, that's a really pretty one. I'm going to wipe all this up. Okay. We got these done. Some of these done. Let's do some of the bigger ones. So we'll put a little bit of copper down. And a little bit of purple, I think. And we'll see where that takes us. Now that's pretty. That's a really nice blend. So now that's nice. Okay. See all these really pretty ones? Let's see what we got. Oh, that is pretty. Look at that. Right over my mermaid warrior princess. Come on. Okay, now let's see what we've got. Well, that's pretty. Okay. And actually, when they're done and I feel like I'm done with the jelly plate with the gears, when I go to use them, I can always do like a wash or a dry rub or a dry paint on the gears to give it that little extra grunge or and I'll tell you what's been really great for that is I used some of my watercolor paint from a tube and I put it in a spray bottle. Let me get it. Alright. See, I put it in a spray bottle like this. And I forgot to write on it H2O black, but that's okay. Well, I can't find it anyways. But when it settles, H2O black, it looks like it's like a brown. Okay, because all that paint is at the bottom. You see that? But this has been the greatest thing that I've made or come up with that makes things look grungy. You just shake it up a little bit. Look how fast that shook up. See? Now check this out. I'm going to use this one. Now, actually, let's use some of the dyes on it. Let me do 2 or 3 things at once. Alright. Alright. Just to grunge it up. Whoops. Be careful. Okay. Now you see that? It's just watercolor paint. Set it aside. And I'll take a baby wipe. And I'll just dab up what I don't want on it. the excess. Now look, it took that shine right down. It grunged it up. It's perfect. I really love that discovery, and I'm sure I'm not the first to discover it. I'm just the first to find out about it on my own. So, but look what it does to the paper. It grunges it up really nicely too. Oh, and I've got a really beautiful image right here that I want to pick up on a print. So let's use, no, I don't want to use the darker color. Let's go ahead with white. No, do not use too much. You don't need it. Just a little bit. Let's see how that works. And I think it still kept oozing out. Okay, we'll set that one aside. Oh, I ended up with a die up in here. Well, that's cool. Okay. See, if you've got too much paint, just come in and rub it off. Wipe it off. See how it gets lighter and lighter? Alright. We'll lay this right here. And we'll see what it pulls up. I've been working on Steampunk so much, I haven't worked on much of my other stuff. You know, like my other die cuts and just making painty papers and stuff. I made a lot of painty envelopes the other day. Oh, see, now that is pretty. Look how well that picked it up. And you can see the purples up here and the worn penny down here, and that's really pretty. Alrighty, so let's see. We have a few more to do, and then we will call it a night. Let's do some more of these. Now the others we did in pinks and purples. Let's do some blue and purple and maybe some black. Blue. Purple. And I think just a touch of black, yeah, because that was really overpowering last time. So let's see where we go with this. Go up here, bring some down here, and throw the black in there. Okay. It's still looking more black than anything, but we'll see. And while we're here, we might as well chunk a couple of the little ones in. Just to kind of get them out of the way, get them done, get some color on them, that type of thing. Got a couple more little ones. Let's see. There's one. Okay. And we will lay the elephant down on it. see how it comes out. Well, there's still a lot of black in it, but you can still see some other colors. So that came out fairly nice. I like this piece though. So let's pull up the dies and see what we've got. Oh, now see on the die, you can see the purple and the blue. That's good. Or die cut. I keep saying die. Although it is a die. But not really, it's a die cut. Now see, that one's got blue, black, and purple, so that came out pretty nice. Same with that one. And same with that one. So overall, I am very, very pleased with today's session. Trying to keep it under 2 hours, and I got about 12 minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my original, or my, whatever you call it. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you want notifications of when my next videos get posted, click the little bell icon next to it. There's some really good information in my my show more section. It's about people helping other people understand craft business as well. You know, craft videos. You know, there's some people who don't understand English, and there's a couple links down there that give people the opportunity, if they want to take the time to translate. Doesn't cost anything. It just costs a little bit of your time to translate my words, and it helps other people that aren't normally able to join in on crafting. It allows them to do so. So you can check that out. My phrase I always use is find the humor in life. But I think I'm going to add to that one. I think I'm going to say find the humor in life and art yourself silly. That's my new phrase. It's on my web page, my Facebook page, and it's art yourself silly. Now check that out. That looks almost like the negative of that one. I don't know, you can see that all. See, there's that one, and then there's that one. Yeah, if you don't find humor in life, life sucks. It gets boring. Too many people walk around with a frown on their face and their eyes is glazed over, you know. And, you know, every once in a while, if you just jump out in front of them and go, "What are you doing?" If they don't sock you in the nose and lay you out flat, you'll see that glaze kind of just go away for a second. And they see the real world like, whoa, and then the glaze comes back. So find some humor. And as always, I hope you have a great Easter weekend. And this is it from me for now. So when I start on my next video for this project, it will be the next step in the final process. So hope you stay tuned. When I do post this, it'll be part 1. And I'm thinking this one might be 4 parts. I've got a couple different elements that I'm working towards. So, but God bless. You guys have a good one.